This is Saar On Tour. I'm Saar, your host, and I'm taking you along to the biggest race of the year, the Tour de France Femmes. Feel the atmosphere from your sofa, hear real voices from the roadside, and get the latest takes from our own She Rides analysts. The race is on right now, and you're coming with... Hi everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Saar On Tour. We're recording this one, or at least I'm recording this one live from somewhere in France, not too far from Quimper, about 27 kilometers of Lorient, where I'm gonna pick up some sushi to have for dinner this evening. But yeah, so after stage 2, I'll start just by saying hi to our analyst of today. Hi, Tim.
How are you?
So as I mentioned yesterday, it's not me on my own today. But today I actually was able to see some more of the race, which is nice. But first I will start I'll take you through my day. So yeah, it hurt it this morning. I got everything from the podcast online around 11 p.m. a little later. And then it was waking up at 6:45 p.m. this morning. But yeah, that one was a bit painful, and then we left a little before 8 to go to Brest. It's quite a big transfer this morning. And there was, it was very crowded again, just like yesterday, which was very nice to see. Also cool scenery, like the start was just overall super cool to see. Something that also was something I maybe didn't expect. We all know the French are very chauvinistic, but so the noise was loud when there were French or riders. But I actually was surprised by their lack of enthusiasm, even for other big champions. Like all non-French riders got kind of like a decent applause, even if the world champion or the European champion comes on the podium. It's just like, okay, nice, you're here. Next one, please. Which was, I think, very remarkable. Yeah, I was the one Belgian cheering on the lesser known name very loud between all the French people who were like, why is she even doing this? But even for Lotte, it was almost the same. There was not too much noise, so I was like, okay, this is what we're doing it with. That's fine. So yeah, at the start it was nice atmosphere. I was trying to manifest some sunshine. I had my sunshine earrings, sunglasses, but it rained a little bit, so it didn't really work. And then I saw Julie van der Velde at the start. Also Margot, who gave me this cool shirt that I'm wearing right now, the Volkswagen Tour de France Femmes shirt, which was super nice. So yeah, that was a nice start. And then we drove to the finish, which was longer than we normally expected to. Normally it should have been like 50 minutes, but now it was over an hour. But we got there in time, and I had a spot at 150 meters from the finish. Again, a lot of people there, but luckily not too much, so there was some reach, and I could watch the race this time. And then, yeah, we can, I think, go over to the racing style, but maybe we should ask the commentator who watched it completely to talk us through the race.
All right. Yeah, let's continue my job for a second. Yeah, it was a really nice race, I think. Yeah, we had an amazing duo attack by Francisca Koch. She's just endlessly going on. It's very good to see. With Oud Bioniek, well, coming from a place not far from Brest. Yeah, you sort of knew she wanted to show herself today. Didn't last until the finish line and didn't even last until the final big lap. There was a great breakaway from Silke Smulders, always attacking, and Elise Chabet battling it out for the mountain sprints, with Chabet taking most of the. Later, she was joined by Scriban, also from Brest, of course. Then Rihanna Marcus. They never had a gap that was too big, about 20 seconds or maybe 40 in the end. But it was nice to see that they really wanted to go for it. Yeah, just in the final lap with about 10k to go. Oh, I forgot. Ferrand-Prévot and Niewiadoma had was a lovely intermezzo. Let's call it that. They accelerated on the bonus sprint climb thingy, and they had a bit of fun. They all got together in the end. It was the legend herself, the oldest rider in the peloton, Mavi Garcia, going for it in typical Mavi Garcia fashion. It's really just one of her trademark attacks. You always have this crippling doubt that she might make it to the finish, but yeah, as is often the case, she gets brought back before the finish. And I thought that was going to be the case as well for today. But oh my goodness, she held on for dear life, and what a legendary stage win from her. The oldest ever stage winner in the tour. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And the funny thing is, I even said it in our preview, I think, with Connie Hayes, like, oh, she's so good, but please don't attack again in the 8 kilometer zone to just get caught back and become eighth or something. So it was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh no, I mean, not again. But yeah, it was crazy to see her come to the finish and almost be sure she would make it there. Yeah, awesome win there. And then of course we had coming in second Lorena Wiebes. I think a highlight for her as he works there. And then we had Le Courant 3, who's very consistent and also takes the yellow jersey. Very happy team, I think, at AG Insurance. They said it this morning. We are gonna do everything to take the yellow jersey. So I think super nice for the team to get that one. And also for Kim McCord herself. After a very rough day for Movistar yesterday, we had Liana Lippert on 4, and then it was the GOAT who rounded up the top 5. So yeah, they all finished within around like the biggest names, I would say, finished 3 seconds back on Mavi Garcia. Then what was also very remarkable to me is already in the first time at the finish, the gaps were very big. It was already broken down in different pieces, and there were a lot of riders already on minutes. So yeah, it seemed like it could become a battle there for the time limit. And sadly, some of them, didn't make it. It was Faulkner who finished within the time limit, but with not a lot of time there left as the last one. And we had 4 riders out of time limit: Pironi, Fiches, Thomas, and the which is very sad, I think, for them. And we also had, of course, this morning a DNS from Charlotte Cole, who wasn't reacting good on the intensity after the crash in the Balwas Ladies Tour. And we have a DNF for Sylvie Swinkels. So there are already some riders gone after the first 2 stages, which is of course not nice to see. But then I can also give you some She Rides updates there, because we actually have She Rides guests on 22 and 23. We have Sarah, who lost
Not bad.
11 seconds today, which is after a hectic stage like today and some work for the core. Very good. Like to see it. I think if she would have known the time she would have lost after the first stages, I think she would be quite happy with this. So only good stuff. Before we go to the mountains later this week. And Marco van Pachtenbeek was 23rd. Today there wasn't that luck, so good to see her perform well. She's nice and she has talent, so you never know. If there's one right attack this week, everything can happen. So I'm here for it. Then Julie van der Velde, of course, as always, our super domestic did great work. Sometimes it's in the front of the peloton and sometimes it's on places you don't notice, but she's always doing her work and she's doing amazing. I think the others were maybe a little less happy. We had Malcotti, but that's okay, I think. 1 minute 20 time loss. And then we had Petra Sjasny, who lost about 8 minutes today. And not the weekend of Petra Sjasny, but also not really her type of parkour here. So overall, I think, good performances of our She Rides guests here.
Not bad, is it? And especially Sarah. She's becoming a real threat for the GC, I think. If she can survive tomorrow and the day after, who knows?
Yeah, indeed, she was looking so strong in the Giro. Climbing wise, I'm like, who is gonna follow her there, and who's gonna be able to limit the time losses to Sarah? Then yeah, probably. Oh, what I did have to say, which something that I was what was very nice to see this morning. I still need to find a name for it. Let's say the heartwarming moment of the day. Let's go like that. Let's just make that category right now. It's Shari Wilsat who gave a big hug to Lotte Kopecky at the start this morning, which was always friendship in the peloton beyond the teams is always something that gets me kind of emotional, and to just see it like that. And then we can just go over there to the Lotte Kopecky topic. I'm not gonna go that deep in it because yeah, what can you say about it? Of course, it's not going as planned, but I don't think it's someone's job to comment on that in a negative way. So let's not do that. Very powerful interview from Anna van der Breggen this morning, saying, yeah, so Lotte didn't give reaction. So what do you expect more reactions from the Belgian media? So I don't know where they are going with their things, but you know, if someone is struggling mentally or physically and then they come in with their thing like, yeah, they have to because they are riding at the tour and they have responsibility. Which responsibility is more important than your mental health? I don't know, because I would be too excited either to go to the people who break me down every day harder and harder and say like, yeah, I'm not doing all right, it's not going as planned, like what do you expect? Why would she come to you and feel even worse about what's going on right now? So yeah, I just read the comments they made there, and then when I got to the finish, I was like, okay, let's just not put on the sound then and just enjoy our peace, kind of. So yeah, Belgian media is being Belgian media, and it sucks pretty bad. So I'm trying to not read all the articles that are appearing, but it's not working right now. So maybe if we can just try to avoid that those comments because they don't make no sense. They are definitely helping anyone. So yeah, about Lotte, it's just hoping she feels better. I think today she could in some sections do something for the team. Okay, it's of course
Really?
yeah, it's of course not what Lotte will have pictured. It's very hard to see her suffer on both aspects for sure as a fan. But you know what it is, and it's just I think wonderful that she's showing up and still keeps going. Okay, leave the interviews out, but I think that's the thing that gets you through the day, to just leave that out. So I think overall, of course, is it what Lotte Kopecky will be happy with? Probably not, but she did what she could today, and she yeah, you know, if you're only 40% today and you gave everything, you still did 100% you could. So I think we should leave it at that. We could use our voices a bit more to spread some positivity and support her a bit instead of making it even worse. Because yeah, I will never get it. But
And that is what happened. Yeah.
well, so
Yeah.
yeah, for the stage. So of course, our GC leader is now the cool. In the same time as Marianne Vos, and then we have Ferrand Prévost, who uh trained the GC. Super impressive, I think. Ferrand Prévost, to see her already racing the weekend. Very excited what she can do in the high mountains as well. But for now, she's looking very good. Same as Nivea Doom. But Petrus is also doing pretty well. These two opening stages.
Yes,
So
love that.
yeah, I think very exciting opening weekend, right?
I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And yeah, it was good. And the most wonderful thing is that there were so many people on the side of the road. There was really something that was lacking last year in France, at least.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Alpe d'Huez was a bit empty. So this was really good to see.
Yeah, yeah. The crowds were absolutely amazing. Yeah, I would say since I did go to the Olympics, and I think that's something else because there are so many people there, and I know there were a lot of people who didn't really know what's happening. But since the Olympic, this was definitely the race I've seen the most people coming to, only from for the women, which is amazing. I've been to cyclocross world championships, to Tour of Flanders, Paris-Roubaix, everything, but this was really the most impressive crowds, and also yeah, just also super nice to see how there were like virage for the riders from Britain and stuff like that.
Yeah,
The only thing that maybe was pretty obvious, the crowds are mostly French, while you see at the men's Tour de France, for example, more like a mix of nationalities. Here it's very French focused, but it's still the Tour de France, so very okay. But overall, super good weekend in terms of crowds and racing as well.
yeah. I hope it stays like this.
Mhm.
Not that many people over in the Massif Central, for example, so that might be a worry, but at least this was very, very good.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. That's something that. Yeah, it's also just I think from the Tour de France Femmes a very good choice to host the Grand Départ here in Brittany because they all love cycling. So that's of course, and yeah, it was weekend, so as well we have tomorrow two sprint stages. Yeah, probably on Monday and Tuesday there will be a little less crowd, and when we go into deeper in France where there are living less people, yeah, that's kind of understandable. It's still growing, but I think overall the crowds this week made up like in advance for what's coming for the race because this was really impressive.
Yeah, and I mean the racing itself was incredible as well. Mavi Garcia being the oldest ever stage winner, I just can't repeat it enough. It's absolutely fantastic. 41 years, 206 days old. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like yeah, it's also that she does it here is even more because as we said, she did so many attacks that didn't work out, and then just that one attack that did work out to do it at the Tour de France, and that for her, for the team, and for Spain as well. That's super beautiful and overly deserved.
Yeah, and they really went for it as a team as well. I think with the
Yeah.
Smulders as well. Superb. Yeah, I mean they thoroughly deserved it.
Yeah, and then if we look forward to yeah, a week from now, something like can you remind us which GC prediction you made for the top three?
Crikey, I think I went following Peterson Ibiadoma.
Oh yeah, could be. And after this weekend, you're still confident?
Yeah, I mean following she looked very stable.
Uh,
Yeah, she maybe had to let a little gap, but she's not gonna worry about it too much. I think she knows she can smash it in the mountains, and if she stays put like this, it well might be all right for her.
yeah.
Peterson is a bit more of a worry, but still special.
Yeah, so and then if we just like look at tomorrow, that's a little less. It should be a sprint stage, right?
Yeah, it could be. There is potential a chance for an echelon. It's not the only reason why we just won't survive that.
Also thinking Wiebes big favorites will be hard to beat her in normal circumstance. Yeah, we will see.
One thing I hope is that the attackers um, will have something planned. Do
Yeah,
believe in it after today.
yeah, yeah. That would be nice because we've seen a lot of the time a lot of teams going into the sprint with yeah maybe a sprinter who can do a top 10 and just go full for it. And okay, that's nice, but maybe you could miss someone from your train to just try and do something to anticipate on the sprint. So that would be nice to see. We will see what actually happens. For me tomorrow, the plan is to go to the start. No transfer for me this morning since I'm doing that this evening. So it will be, I think, literally maybe 8 minutes on bike or something to the start, which will be chill in comparison to what we did today. And then I'll normally also be heading to the finish. So yeah. Also, I'm thinking if we need to add something to this episode here. I don't know if you want to add something at.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the next stages. I'll be back in my bunker in Hilversum, the Netherlands, and I'll be enjoying every.
Yeah. Well, that's the same for both of us. I think we can actually wrap this episode up here. Thanks for listening to the second episode of She-Ra. Stay tuned on our socials. Subscribe on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and YouTube to listen to all our episodes. And yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Keep watching the and bye bye.